Also, big up Bobby Hundreds. Big up Blood Clark Bobby fucking Hundreds, man. What an amazing, okay, what an amazing appointment. Big up Bobby Hundreds. So as you guys know, Bobby Hundreds, I've mentioned it previously in another episode of the pod, had stepped down from his role at the Hundreds. That also coincided with the Hundreds closing their Fairfax store, but it wasn't all bad because he passed it over to another kid. I think his name is David Rivera, who has been working for the Hundreds since he was an intern. Early days kind of reminded me of my kind of come up and being an intern. 12 bar meeting Bobby Hundreds super early on, but that kid was doing amazing work clearly and went from being an intern all the way to being the creative director of the Hundreds. And in the last couple of seasons, I've seen him take a lot more control, a lot more charge in leading the design of the collection, and Bobby Hundreds taking a back seat. So now we know why he took a back seat, because he was probably working out this deal, because this is a big gig. Working for a corporation like Disney, it probably isn't a short turnaround. They probably had this in the work for a long time, but considering where he's at in his career, this is perfect. It's also a bit of a full circle moment, you'd imagine, because I remember that might have been the last time I stopped. No, that might have been weirdly, that might have been the time I stopped paying attention to fucking the Hundreds. That was 2008, where they had maybe their first and last collaboration with Disney. I think it was mainly t-shirts and maybe a hat. I forgot what it was, but I remember that was a time, and Bobby Hundreds was talking about his love for Disney on the blog, which was also funny. So this must be really fucking amazing that now he's been hired to be I think the VP of something over there at Disney, before I read it. So big up Bobby Hundreds. Amazing to see. It all kind of played out really well. There was a time of mourning when Fairfax, the Hundreds store, closed, and he had stepped down from the Hundreds, but it looks like this was all a big plan. Loads of things were in works for him to transition over to this new role, and this is the way it should be, really. Do you know what I mean? You worked all these years toiling away, you know, doing streetwear, grungy stuff, doing things in your home, backyard, you know, getting stuff out from the mud, and you should be at his stage of Bobby Hundreds' career. He should be working for big corporations like Disney, you know. So I'm not surprised to see him doing what he's doing. So big up Bobby Hundreds, man. Fucking amazing. Let's read the article here, courtesy of hypebeast. Bobby Kim, better known by many as Bobby Hundreds, marked the end of an era when he stepped down as creative director for the Hundreds and closed the beloved streetwear label's Fairfax Avenue store. Now he's entering a new role, just to drive down at Disneyland. Kim has been named as the vice president of creative for the Americas at Disney's consumer products. That is so fucking cool. That is such a fucking cool title. Vice President of Creative for the Americas at Disney's consumer products. So Vice President of Consumer Products is such a good fucking title, and so up his alley. You'd imagine consumer products probably means everything they sell in the merch store, everything they sell online, whatever else it may be. So he's going to be involved in that, which I think is fucking fantastic, because he loves toys, he loves Disney. He loves animation, and he's a real kid at heart in that regard, and he draws really fucking well too. People don't really give Bobby Hundreds his credit for his illustration, so I think he's going to take to this like a duck to water. This is a really good job, and as well, you know, at that level too, at his age, this is definitely where he should be. In his new job, Kim will report to Marcus Rosie, Disney's Senior Vice President of Global Creative, and he'll essentially help lead the conceptualization and production of all toys, t-shirts, apps, books, console games, and more merchandise that's sold across Disney stores, e-commerce platforms, in-person locations, and Disney theme parks. So cool. I wonder if somebody as big as Bobby Hundreds, because sometimes I wonder, because sometimes life always humbles you, no matter how big you are. I wonder if he had to submit his portfolio. I wonder if he had to like go on Google, go into his hard drives and pull loads of lookbooks. Like, I wonder if he had to actually do that to get this job, or if it was offered to me, just sat down and had a conversation. I wonder if he actually had to submit a portfolio for consideration for this role, like everybody else has to, you know? I wonder. I don't think he should do, because of the work he's done, but I wonder if that's the kind of requirement. Kim co-founded the Hundreds alongside Ben Hundreds. What's his surname? Ben Sina Surfer. I don't think I've ever known his surname. I'm not gonna lie. I don't think I've ever known Ben Hundreds' surname. That's amazing. I wonder what Ben Hundreds is doing now. If Bobby Hundreds stepped down from creative director of Hundreds, I wonder if Ben Hundreds is still involved in it. Ben Sena Safa in 2003, and spent more than 2 decades building the brand into one of the streetwear's most influential labels. Additionally, Kim is the best-selling author, screenwriter, producer, and brain behind Family Style, the festival that unites fashion and food. The more than 20 years of experience, Rosie says Bobby's creativity and cultural influence transcends fashion. His commitment to innovation and authenticity makes him the ideal candidate to lead our America's creative teams, and we continue to surprise and delight customers through our licensed theme parks and Disney store businesses, he added. Yeah, this is great, man. Bobby Hundred is going to smash this. I'm so happy for him. Really, really happy for him. I can't wait to see what he does. And this is a great way to kind of cap an amazing career for somebody who's done a lot in the scene, and it's a good way for him to kind of, you know, sail out into the sunset in a way. But it's still going to be a great job, and I think he's going to do a lot of great stuff, and I can't wait to see what he produces working over there at Disney. So big up Bobby Hundreds, big up Blood Clot Bobby Hundreds.